What's up, Album Book Club? Welcome to another EP review. What are you laughing at? Welcome, Album Book Club, to another EP review. Today I brought an EP for Logan that I think he's gonna like, but we'll see.
Heck yeah.
You ready to get started?
Let's do it.
It's a band that he almost knew about, but then we stopped so that we could film this video. What Logan is listening to is an EP called Revenant by Revnoir. They are a French metal band that has been releasing music for a little over a year, and this is their first full-size EP project. This is their biggest project, and it's a collection of all the singles they've released up until this point. So that first track was titled Invincible.
Yeah, it was solid. I'd probably give it like a 6.5.
I give that one a 7.5. I really liked that. I thought it was a good start to this EP. It is also, so they released these kind of as they went, and this is the EP just with everything they've released up until this point, with I think one extra song. And this was the fourth in the order that they released.
Yeah, it's not a bad song at all. And the 6.5 is really just the guitar I could not find in the track about half of the time. Which in this genre is really kind of prominent. I think truly this just does come down to small band, small budget, probably at-home mixing, but they're definitely on the steadfast to being good mixing. You can hear the bricks being laid to what needs to be great.
Yeah, this was also one of those EPs where I found one song and then went and listened to the rest of it, and I do think for the most part this EP kind of matches that one song that I heard, but it is not this one. So I did think this was a good way to start it, though.
Oh yeah, this is a solid kickoff. You do really get brought into it immediately with a scream, a little guttural. I will say there were some parts of the screaming that I think need some effects. They were very dry. I didn't notice, but these are all mixing, mastering complaints. Everything technically was really sound. The drummer was really good. Vocals were really good, especially the clean stuff. I like that a lot more.
Ready to get into the next song?
Let's do it. Even the step up between these two songs and mixing is astronomical. You can hear everything, right? There's some extra effects that maybe drown a little bit.
That song was called Bang Bang.
Would not have guessed that one.
Me neither.
It's solid. It's like a 7.5.
That one got a 7 from me, and it's mainly because of the part right after the middle where it kind of cuts out for a second. Because you can tell the song's inspired by Bad Omens from like second one, but they go a little off the rails around the halfway mark. But you said there was a step up in production from this song from the last one. This is the first track they released ever.
Really? Dang. You guys had it right. I think you're spot on with the Bad Omens, but I think it switches to Nothing More about halfway through, and that's where you get that stylistic clash, because then it almost goes back to Bad Omens.
Yeah.
But you're so far out now at that point that you've gone to this almost more driving, less trap beat-esque metal. And it's not bad. It's just stylistically how you get there matters, and how you come off of it matters. And there are glitches in this song that kind of take into the Nothing More part and then take you back out of it. I just wish, because theory-wise there is a way to do it. You just kind of do a little scale thing and then you change your style or something like that, or you do a breakdown. But the glitch into like the breakdown felt a little weird. It was kind of fast into fast, then to breakdown, which is kind of odd to switch it up back into the same tempo. And to do a full-on style switch was weird. Also, the guitar playing is great. I wish they would play more melodic stuff. I want to hear it. When they get those little bits in, it sounds great. But their chugging is pretty solid too.
You want to get into the next track?
Let's go. Maybe it's just the first song. This one's good.
That song was called The Pact, and it was the 5th song off of this EP that they released.
Don't know how to feel about this song. Part of me likes part of it. Part of me really dislikes part of it. It's not a bad song. It has to be like 6.75. It's not quite a 7, but it's not quite a 6.5.
I would give this one a 7. I'll start with this. All of these songs except for one made my work playlist.
That's fair.
And we have not hit the one that didn't yet. So. And it's also not because that song is bad. But
that's right. I was very underwhelmed by the guitar solo. Just in the other working of just like the chuggy. There's more precision in that, and you can hear kind of the individual picking. And in between this, I couldn't tell if they were like trem picking or just holding out with a sustainer. It was kind of hard to tell, which is not really a good thing. But I liked the general flow of the song. The ending was very abrupt.
A little bit, yeah.
Other than that, it's like you get the same kind of comments, like drums are tight and good, bass guitar is metal bass, so doing its job. Vocals are pretty solid. There was a spot where they go into like falsetto. Couldn't tell if there was a vocoder or not. There was some slippage somewhere, either out of it or the natural crack of the voice.
Ready to move on?
Well, what fucking language is this?
French.
I couldn't hear the accent at first. It just sounded like whispering.
The song was called 20 milligrams.
Well, I sound like such a dick. I gotta give this like 5.
Really?
It is truly just the case of it's not my type of song. I think it's just a little too far outside of what I typically like for most of the song. I feel like there's a good chunk of it where it's like, ooh, I'm not a fan of it, but I don't think it's bad. I think it's actually really well done for what it is.
This was the 3rd song they released and the one that I found this EP off of. For me, this one's an 8.
Wow.
Yeah, this is where you find out that they're French.
That is, yeah, I did not know, and I could not figure out the language for a second, but it just sounded like demon whispers.
This also, you said it during the review, but this does sound like what would be the heaviest song off of Spirits by Nothing More. So
yeah, it started with rap, and then it had that weird French bit, and then it kind of had more rap in it.
Which is weird because I usually don't like rap and metal, like at all.
Yeah, it's funny because we like Bad Omens so much. And I think it is truly just, I'm on a different side of the spectrum. I think it is really well pulled off the way they did, and it fits. Musically, everything made sense the way it was. It's just not my song.
Got 2 more.
Woo. Poppy, ambient noise open. I think this audio-wise sounds the best, but it needs a compressor.
That song was called In Limbo, and it was their 2nd song they released.
Yeah, I give it like a 7.5.
I also gave it a 7.5. That one to me sounds kind of like a second half of a Bad Omens album song.
Yeah, pretty much. I did mention it while I was listening that this song sounded the best like through the drivers, but it badly needed a compressor. It was peaking a couple times, but nonetheless, everything was great. Style-wise, it all fit. I don't think anything really too snuck up on you bad. The piano going out of tune at the end is a trope I'm not a huge lover of.
I like it.
It reminds me of like Black Ops Zombies. It's all it is. I don't think there's too much to say. It's kind of hard to talk about. It's just a good metal track.
Want to finish it off?
Let's do it. Why is Prince Charming from Shrek seducing me?
That was My Old Me, the final track released with this EP.
I don't know how to rate it. Song-wise, it's solid. But it really is just so far outside of what I would listen to regularly.
This one also got away from me a little bit.
It's like, for me, it's a 6. As far as like an actual song goes, it's like a 7.58.
Yeah, I'm gonna steal that right from you. Those were the numbers going around in my head as well.
It's kind of starts out, I was thinking it was gonna be more like Sleep Token-esque, where they kind of lead more into the trap beats. And then they stuck with it for too long. Then it turned into the You Wouldn't Steal a Car music from the 1990s and early 2000s DVDs. And then it went into what I wanted, and then it was too short.
This was the one that didn't make the work playlist, but it's just so far away from everything else that's on it that it just wouldn't fit. I got nothing really against the song, except it's not for me.
Yeah, it's really, I mean, sound-wise, it sounded good. I bet this was probably the most fun to write and record, just because it's got that fun techno stuff.
I don't know if my opinion of techno has been stated in the lore yet, but that's that and country, the only two genres that I fully write off.
Yeah, that's kind of fair. I like techno, but I think this was a little too not one-sided. It kind of was like 75% techno and then 25% metal on a metal EP.
Yep, that's where I was at.
So, great song. Just maybe not my personal favorite song.
Yep. All right, we'll get into the album art, which you have already seen.
I have seen the album art. I don't remember what I gave it before, but I'm sitting here staring at it. And the longer I stare at it, the more I like it. So I'm going to give it a 7.5 because I think that's where I'll top out.
I'm giving this one an 8, but I like the weird, like, almost cult symbol, or I'll go with that cult symbol looking. And I did see it animated earlier, so I was moving around in a video. I thought that was cool.
I'm trying to figure out, is the center like a skull upside down, or is it just skull vaguely-esque, you know? It looks sick, whatever it is.
I think it's a skeleton sitting down, kind of.
Oh, yeah, that's probably what
and
that
the eye
is.
is his head, I think.
This is sick. Yeah, I like it a lot. It's very fucked up looking, but...
It's exactly what you need.
Yeah,
Especially for an
much.
EP. Like, I don't know if this would work for a full-length album.
Probably not.
I could see it for a single, but an EP is, I think, perfect for this picture.
Honestly. And also, if I saw this on, like, a shelf...
I wouldn't even think twice.
I'd pick this up. It's like, assuming it's at the right price for, like, an EP, yeah, it's without a question in my mind.
And then I'll let you look through these... Scroll through these. Minus the next one to the right are the other ones, because they released all... They did what Blue Eyed Giants did.
Pact is pretty solid. Invincible, maybe not my favorite. 20 mg. It's on the same wavelength of Invincible. I feel like they're not particularly in genre. And then In Limbo and Bang Bang both are, I think.
I like those two. I don't like these two. And then this is the one I found. This is where I found this EP originally.
Okay. Yeah, I like that actually a lot. It's very fitting.
I also believe that's a screenshot from the music video.
Oh, that's...
Of 20 milligrams.
Oh, okay.
If you made it this far, thank you for watching. Tune in next week. We'll have another video of some kind for you. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, even if you hate it.
Fuck you.